everyone. This is our inaugural podcast at Cornwall Innovation Centres, and I'm thrilled to be joined by our very first guest, Declan Bradley from Doyle Clayton. Right, we're going to dive right into it, jump into it. So how long have you been a lawyer?
I've been a lawyer since 2007 when I was a trainee, and a qualified lawyer since 2009. So I'm a lawyer, not an accountant, so you do the maths.
Okay, right, I'm not even going to try that.
16 years, 17 years, something like that.
Okay, and how long have you been based down in Cornwall, representing Doyle Clayton?
I've been here since 2021.
Right.
I was always in London, that's where my work was, except for a year out I had 2014 when I went travelling. But yeah, two firms separated by that year, always in London. And then during that year when I was travelling, I got really into nature again, scuba diving and stuff like that. So then for like 7 years when I came back to London, I just wanted to escape London, to be honest. It's a place to live.
Yeah.
And I came to the Southwest quite a lot, and it kind of got my heart, and so I wanted to be here. And I started a plan, pre-COVID plan. The pandemic and all the changes in the ways of working just completely sped up. So I was able to just come here then in 2021 with the blessing of my firm.
Fabulous.
And yeah, haven't looked back.
Where did you go travelling?
I was travelling in Asia.
Yep.
So I was away for a year. I did the whole cliched Bangkok, Cambodia, Vietnam, Hong
Lunar
Kong,
parties
China,
on the beach.
Laos. I didn't actually do that.
No.
I've got to be a wee bit personal. I kind of changed direction of my life when I was away travelling. I was in London in my 20s, working hard, playing hard, and the year away stopped the partying hard, started playing hard.
Wow.
And yeah, that's when I found nature and refound my love for nature, because I grew up in the northwest of Ireland near the sea and the mountains, and so it's more I refound that love again. And when I came back to London, like London's amazing, buzz kind of city, and there's lots going on, and it's great to have a base that's there as well for work. But for life, it wasn't for me anymore. I needed more open space. And when I do have to go back to London these days, love all the people I meet there. It's great. Lots of great coffees and meetings and things, but I can't wait to get back to Cornwall.
Yes.
Especially once I'm on the train and it's during the day, I think it's like Exmouth or Sidmouth up around there, and you see the water for the first time. I just feel human again.
Relaxed.
I feel relaxed again.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, I've got the exact same feeling. I love London, any big city, for that buzz.
Yeah,
as soon as I get
days.
off the station, it's like, whoa, let's go. You've got to speed up how you're walking, how you're talking. Everything is done
exactly.
really, really quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's incredible. And when you were away with that year, obviously you're travelling, you're getting to nature, learning to scuba dive as well.
Yes.
Was that when you learned to scuba dive? Yeah. And did you, or would you recommend having a sort of sabbatical or a year out to people, I don't know, whatever age they are, at some point in their life, just leaving everything, going travelling for a year? Would you recommend that?
Yes, definitely. But it depends where you're at. It would be very difficult for me to do that now with what I've built up work-wise and client base and all that kind of stuff. And I've also got a kid coming in March.
Congratulations.
So it'll be very hard for me to do at the minute.
Yeah.
But at that period that I was in, where I needed a life change, I kind of needed a career change in the sense of, or at least a career break.
Yep.
From that work hard, play hard thing. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. I think that was maybe more of a naughties kind of thing.
And also the age as well, isn't it? It's like your body just starts to think, I can't handle this all night partying.
For forever, is this me for another 30 years? That was kind of my thought. Am I going to look at this computer screen for the next 30 years? I need to do something different. And a lot of it was a bit of FOMO. I had a lot of friends from uni and stuff who had been away traveling and hearing all their stories. And I do have that personality where I felt like I was missing out. So I wanted to see that. And I got to the point in my career where I felt like I knew enough that I could come back.
Yeah.
And obviously been able to build a little bit of money given the job that I had. So I decided to spend it all and go traveling.
No, I love it.
And it was great. It was the best thing for me that I ever done. It completely changed the trajectory of my life. And so I only have positive things to say about my sabbatical. Obviously, it just depends on where people are at. But for me, where I was at, it was the best thing I could ever have done.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
honest.
I'm an advocate for travel, and I think it's one of the best forms of education you can have.
Yes.
You mentioned something really interesting. You said you wouldn't be able to travel now because you have a child on the way and of work. And I'd just like to ask you a question on that. Maybe a challenge just to see, you can travel with babies.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need a lot more bags.
Yeah.
But with your work, already you're working remotely.
Yes.
Would you be able to work in another country now for Doyle Clayton?
The issues come mainly with tax and the extra complications that would impose for my firm.
Okay.
And I'm sure they value me a lot, but do I want to put a lot of extra burden on them of looking into tax compliance around the world? And because of the job that I do as a solicitor, you have to be careful where you go, because it's whether it's a solicitor or whatever that title is in different jurisdictions, you have to be careful that you're not holding yourself out as a regulated legal advisor in that jurisdiction. So I have to look into the whole regimes in the local places for that, and whether it was criminal of me to be hold myself out as a solicitor in some other jurisdiction. So there's all these extra compliance things to think about, and to be honest, to think about for any organization. If you're sending an employee to wherever in the world, if they're then based in another country, and in particular if they're revenue generating or they're senior and they're signing contracts digitally and they're in another country, that other country might want some of the revenue.
A little bit of the cash, adds another layer of complication.
You get your immigration issues and all that other stuff as well. So there's a lot to think about, because it's Zoom, or probably old-fashioned saying Zoom, Teams or whatever. People think you can just work from wherever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could,
but are you doing it legally? Are you doing it in a way that's sustainable and not creating extra issues? Yeah,
and obviously that is your area of expertise, the legal, so we won't touch on that any further.
Exactly. Yeah. But we do help lots of companies who want to send people here.
Yeah.
So we do it for people who are coming here to work remotely, or otherwise to set up bases here for their organisations.
Perfect. And on the legal point, so what is your area of expertise within Doyle Clayton?
So within Doyle Clayton, my expertise is in employment law. In itself, that's quite wide. And a lot of us have, within the employment team, which is our biggest team, there's lots of niches within that. So you'll have like Peter de Maria, the senior partner. He's one of the main UK lawyers for breach contract, post-termination restriction cases, like teams moving from one company to another, and all the
taking everyone
crazy
with them.
litigation that goes on around
I can imagine.
That's him and his team. My niches have been, over the past 10 years, have been in the startup and scale-up world. More of a sort of project manager, where I'm making sure that the right corporate people, the right fintech people are helping the startups. But then specifically for me is the recruitment sector. So I have a very particular expertise in that sector, which there's not loads of us in the country that have that kind of expertise, where you can help recruitment companies with their regulatory obligations.
That's incredible.
And helping them with their own regulator. Not many people know. Lots of recruitment companies don't know that they have a few regulators, but the main one for them is the Employment Agency Standard Inspector. And so I've helped some companies deal with that regulator as well.
And are they companies based in Cornwall, where we are now, or all over the UK?
All over the UK. I have helped recruitment companies here in Cornwall. Sure, one who actually came to visit me here in the in the building. So
fabulous.
So it's been great being in this building and having this well-respected venue to work from, and to have the online presence connected with. I think if you go on Google Maps, you type in lawyer, and then you'll see me connected to here, and so people can find me through that. So it's been very useful.
And the values of Cornwall Innovation are collaborate, inspire and grow.
Yes.
How has having an office here embraced those values for you personally, for your business growth, or not at all?
No, definitely has. When I came here, it was a personal decision. Although obviously my firm and the senior partners were of the mindset of, well, if you're going there to another region where we don't really do much. We might as well see what we can do. And so when we got here, we really wanted to help local businesses and also to help local other law firms who might have gaps in the services that we can provide.
Especially with the niche you have.
Well, that niche, but really it's been pensions.
Oh, okay.
Because we have a couple of pensions partners who are dealing with sophisticated defined benefit legacy issues that I really don't understand. But that's why they're there, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's really those specialists in the county. Plus financial services. I don't really think there's financial services, legal financial services experts in the county, as far as I'm aware, anyway. And so we've been able to help some well-known local firms with filling in that gap, and we've been able to feed work to them. And so it's been quite collaborative being in Cornwall from that perspective. But this building in particular, and particularly the great events that you put on.
Yeah, I love them.
You know? And lots of speaking opportunities, like this, or like in this same room, I did a talk, me and a corporate lawyer that used to work for my firm. We did a talk, and there was other companies from the building here, and there was one guy in particular who was quite well known from another company, and we were getting on quite well. And then the general counsel from the biggest company here in the building turned up randomly, and he went out and got her in. And
I love it.
Yeah, so we ended up doing some work with them, and so we've been able to get in touch with not just clients. We have helped some clients here, but also we've become a client of a sort of bigger marketing firm in the building for online SEO work. It was that guy who went out and got the GC to come in and chat to him. It was his company.
Do you want to mention the company? Are they still here?
They're still here, Local IQ.
Oh, okay, yep.
I believe they're still here.
I think they're affiliate member, yeah.
Right, okay. It was Brian Fisher, who's now
he's changed, yeah.
But he was great, and he was exactly the kind of person you want being in the building for a firm, because he's trying to meet everyone, and it does have that environment where people are trying to meet. You see conversations going on up in the cafe.
Yeah,
you're an amazing facilitator for that.
I love introducing people to each other.
Yeah, it's not really happening in the buildings that we have. Hopefully, I'm not speaking out of turn. No. But I know in our London office on Cheapside, that kind of thing's not happening.
Yeah.
Maybe in our Redden office, although I've not heard too much. In our Bristol office I think there's a bit more of that in a certain building up in Berkeley Square. I think it's a bit more, but not as much as here.
Is that similar setup as in you're renting a certain office or something with other businesses within the building?
Yeah. In all of our buildings, in London we have like a floor of a bigger office building, the same in Reading, one near the train station there. And then Bristol, it's kind of something like this, but not as, here's more dedicated to making everyone in the building realise you can talk to each other, you can meet each other, and actually forcing to the wrong word. Facilitating, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I'd prefer to call myself a facilitator rather than a forcer of conversations. Exactly. But I often, because I'm working over the 3 centres offering business support, so I know a lot of the businesses, and often clients, approach me and say, oh, for example, I'm doing the back end of a website and I don't know how to do the front end, the pretty part, but okay, I'll introduce in a company who knows how to do that. So a lot of the clients, like you've already mentioned, Declan, is within these 3 centres, we have so many different businesses, a lot of companies who are already based in one of the centres. For business development, just look at all the businesses within this ecosystem and you don't have to do anything else. So that's what we're really trying to promote, obviously, with the podcast and various events. But it's great.
And it's not just what you can get as well, it's how you can help other people. Like,
I wanted
like the marketing thing, and there's a Cool Waters, the cybersecurity firm. There were certain things happening in the education sector with cybersecurity, and I was able to put them in touch with my education team.
Oh, fabulous.
For them to go off and have their own conversations. So I'm not sure where that collaboration went, but there's that kind of thing where you're always trying to think about, well, how can I help?
Yeah.
And then the selfish part of you is thinking, well, if I am involved in certain things, and something always comes back.
And also, even if you're referring it to another department within Doyle Clayton, that's a good mark for you, isn't it? It's like, exactly. He's doing a great job. And I just want to say thank you so much for offering your services, because I know you offer sort of fortnightly free sessions, a couple of sessions for people, anyone who has a business within 3 centres. Literally drop in legal advice for free. That is phenomenal. What an offer. So I just want to say thank you so much for offering that.
As a lawyer, I should say legal consultation.
Oh, legal consultation.
No legal advice until they're clients and under our insurance, but I can
just a coffee and a chat.
And a general steer on issues and what help they might need going forward.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit more flexible than just once every fortnight. If people just email me,
just get in.
I'll just work around their schedule.
Yeah. Well, I think the session that you ran last year was really useful on employment law. We obviously had the new government coming in, and a lot of the clients, the businesses here, were worried about the changes, national insurance costs and everything. It was just very uneasy time for a lot of businesses.
And it still is.
Looking for growth. But
there's a lot of changes coming with the new Employment Rights Act. So it's a sea change in the employment law world. And there's a lot going on. We do have lots and lots and lots of resources. We have a partner, a training and education type partner dedicated to helping companies grapple with all the changes coming in. So so there's lots of resources, free resources.
Fabulous.
Companies can sign up to our free webinars and events.
Oh, that's brilliant to know.
I can circulate some links to that. I do know that because we're on the Cornwall Chamber of Commerce. Yep. We do post on there, and I do know that at least one company here in the building is signing up to our webinar. So
that's good to know.
Maybe if we circulate, we can get more
circulate
it's
wider.
free, and you get the information that you need about pretty seismic changes.
And the trouble is, and what was really apparent after that talk, or during the talk even, was you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
And all of those businesses sort of left slightly, in the nicest way possible, left slightly shell-shocked, thinking, whoa, thank goodness we know about what we haven't been doing correctly, and we can correct it now and carry on being compliant and being legal.
Well, a lot of changes aren't going to happen for a while, so it's time to prepare.
Right.
There's going to be a new 6-month qualifying period for unfair dismissal instead of 2 years, so it's time to start thinking about whether your contracts reflect that, do your probationary period type processes reflect that, because you don't want your usual, if you have, say, a 9-month probationary period, and at the end, you don't know, maybe the person's not the right fit, and they've already now got their unfair dismissal rights. So that's a lot more difficult of a process to sort of part ways. So you want to be thinking about these things in advance and how they affect your business. Don't do it on when they're happening.
The day when they're coming into law.
Plenty of time, you still have plenty of time to think about it.
Perfect. So the best way for people to get in touch with you, Declan, is it via email, you think?
I'd say via email.
Okay, we'll get the email shared and any links we post out.
Yes.
And like I said before, thank you so much for giving up your time today and for the talk you've done, and also for offering the free, what are they called, coffee and chats?
Yeah, free coffee and chat.
Sessions.
And it can be about anything, because as I say, I'm not providing advice as such. Obviously, I'm an employment lawyer. I can help with certain niches like startups and recruitment companies, but my firm provides like a wider array of services.
So you can signpost people
signpost.
to
we
departments within your firm, can't you?
Exactly. And then we have a big business immigration team.
Good.
We have a corporate team who can help with employee equity arrangements, M&A. We are quite big.
Sorry, M&A for people who don't know.
Mergers and acquisitions.
Yeah.
We're quite big in the employee ownership trust space. We became an employee ownership trust a good few years ago. So it's mainly employee owned, our business, and we help companies become that. So transition from normal limited company to an EOT. So lots of different types of services, financial services, lawyers, pensions lawyers, like I mentioned, can do the whole gambit of data protection stuff, commercial disputes, commercial contracts. So
everything, basically.
I wouldn't say, we're definitely not full service.
Lots of legal,
So we don't do property, we don't do intellectual property, but a lot of other stuff we will be able to do for sure, and I'll be able to help signpost.
So it's quicker to have introductions. Yeah, you're very good at networking as well.
I'm good at knowing who can help, for sure.
Yeah, fabulous. So are you scuba diving still in Cornwall, or only in the warm waters? Yes?
No, I was scuba diving yesterday.
Oh, fabulous. Whereabouts?
I was on a wreck up near Gull Rock, near Nairnhead.
Yeah.
There's a wreck there called the Hera.
Okay, how deep were you?
I was not deep. I was like 11 meters, 12 meters.
Perfect.
It's just a nice.
Is it good visibility or not?
It was all right actually. Because this time of year you have less sort of blooms within the in the sea. Obviously, the issue can be the wind and the rain.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad yesterday actually. I know in some places they're getting really good visibility. But yeah, no, it was good. It was cold.
And that's with a dry suit, I assume, with this temperatures in England.
Dry suit, under layers.
Yeah, I'm warm water,
layers.
Caribbean, or Red Sea or Asia. That's me for diving. Yeah.
No, it's very good. Seen all sorts, octopus and lots of different things under there. Yeah, there's a lot to see in UK waters that people don't realise.
Yeah, underwater world, another world. Okay, so my takeaways from this, just to give a very brief summary, is that the benefits you've had from being in the centre, obviously you're meeting new people, you can provide services to anyone looking for legal advice. They can come to you, you can signpost them to different departments within Doyle Clayton.
Yes.
You can work with anyone within the UK via, online video calls, and you love being in the centres from what I can gather.
Indeed, yeah.
Fabulous.
Again, being a lawyer, the only caveat is we are mainly England and Wales.
Okay.
Lots of people don't realise that the UK is like 3 different legal jurisdictions.
Yeah, Scotland, yeah.
So you get Scotland, Northern Ireland. I'm from Northern Ireland, but I can't practice Northern Ireland law.
So just England? So
England and Wales, legal issues. There are some, like if you're a Northern Irish company or a Scottish company and there's like immigration issues, I think that's pretty much all
the
UK,
globe, yeah.
But because we mainly do employment law and other types of law that are particular to England and Wales, I would say England and Wales is our particular jurisdiction.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Declan. Really appreciate it, and thanks for coming in today.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.